But I want you to do as we had discussed. You understand?
No problem.
Deception.
At Orange, we know that running out of airtime can happen to anyone. That's why we bring you Wetase. Simply dial *161# to get going again. Convenience changes with Orange. Today changes with Orange.
Hello, good afternoon. You're watching NTV, and these are the headlines this hour. The Church of Uganda Archbishop calls on the citizenry to subdue their instincts of greed and share resources to overcome aid cuts. And at least 3 people have died and 4 others injured in a night accident in Kampala's Nasana neighborhood. Also coming up, the US president urges his Russian counterpart to use his influence to make separatists in eastern Ukraine stand down. Stay tuned to NTV. Details of these and more stories will be coming up in 30 minutes to come, and that will be at the top of the hour when we bring you NTV at 1 with me, Marco Musime.
Ghana with the Black Stars beats Uganda in light blue shirts by 4-1.
It's a good start.
Akiko coming on the inside in second place and Rob and Mandy for the silver. Akiko wins. And the new world record taken the distance and into a new era.
Kipsero just hands on from Solel. Birech gets the bronze, and for the first time since 1938, we have a winner over the 5 and 10,000 metres.
A wonderful moment for him, and this is the Olympic champion. Stephen is the Olympic gold medalist. He'll kiss the ground on which he won that title. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful.
NTV, turning on your world.
Today is the day you have made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. You are the
Ladies and gentlemen, Jesus came to set you free and to be free indeed.
In life, you don't wait. Yeah. There are certain times where you wait for certain decisions, but when it comes to taking action and choices, you have to move.
Jesus Christ found me, and he actually asked me a question, whether I wanted to live or to die.
Every day of my life was struggling. It's just that God has given me this kind of hope.
GXP every Sunday only on NTV, your official inspiration station.
I was going to my hall, someone came from my back and was
how? I
went to the nurse and asked why for us to be positive.
Every time I find a story of assault of one person to another, I get disturbed.
Mwayombye ekiro lwaleeta suze oli bakwokeza nazeepoza kimu nti mujja wange yanjokeza
kino ekyafa kino kyali kyakulira muno mu lubuto.
The Irene I know just loves music and loves to sing. I've never seen her even smoke a cigarette.
The days of legal trade in slaves are history, following its abolition in the 1800s.
They tie you like this. That's when I started getting past.
Everybody has a story, but yours will only become our story when you share it.
A wife who you got through hear about you.
Don't hunt down.
You mean what? Go after your superior?
How dare you suggest that when a woman is aggressed against, we should look at the person who's been aggressed against?
Sort out their issues. When they need you, then you come in.
Prostitution is being given a new brand.
All I know is that I connect people.
Let's not choose to open our zips and do whatever our urge is, because I don't think that an urge is stronger than your will to say no.
People attach a lot of questions, shame to HIV.
I do not believe that when you wear a short dress, you should be a rap.
Marrying a wife is like having assured sex.
Anytime you come, you must have.
Yes. You raise a population that has no clue how to be men.
Can you bring out a quality family?
I don't get married for my family.
Men, every Wednesday only on NTV.
Aro, give me 5 stress, 3 gonorrhea.
You think you've brought capacas? Omwana yena sobolo gamba super deep. Simiaka jafe.
I'm like, I like my swag too. So what about it? Then she was like, I also like your accent. That village accent. Now.
Why are you crying?
I think I'm Big Mitch. Larry Hoover. Put that in Kiprochichi's accent.
I think I'm Big Mitch. Larry Hoover.
Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.
Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.
Follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.
Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.
Hey there, Mr. Krabs! Are you ready to party?
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it, move it.
Hello, motor enthusiastics.
Oh, Mr. Krabs, isn't there any way for us to return all of them back to normal?
Hey! How'd he do that?
The Red Ranger's a bigger problem than I thought.
It's time to finish this thing up.
What can I do to make them love me again?
What are you drawing, Kitty?
Hello? King Julian, you are truly inspiring. Ow! Sponge pot!
Fantastic!
oluvannyuma lwa lutalo abaana bangi batwalibwa ab'ekika era bulala basigadde
abamu bajja ne babakima
era twagende mu lukoola eyo nakasongola mu buluuri twagende mu butale lwabalaaro okubuuza omwana oyo
obutonde obwekonkome mukwate obutonde bwa Ebola mubuteeke mu nsigo omuzungu ayogedde palamenti buyise bosi basajja
omulembe guno gutuusemu n'abantu n'entondo kati waliwo n'emyaka egy'entondo
waliwo yakiŋŋamba
bamugamba muŋŋambe bulungi kati munkwate empola
dokita buli akwata bayibuli eno ajja kusomera bintu nga ye bw'alowooza. For example, waliwo controversy yaliwo
tobeera mu ssuuti ate ng'oteeka mu gganduula
olina kubeerako kimu
kubanga okusomesezza tumaze emyaka 2 tusomesa bannayuganda eddembe lyammwe mulimanyi oluusi n'obusobozi obulina nakulabira abaganda baagala kabaka
NTV, turning on your world. NTV, turning on your world.
I'm gonna blow your mind and I'm gonna twist your taste buds. The flavors are already coming together. I can feel them. Very lovely, very appetizing, very powerful. Remember, the way you see it, the way you like it, is the way you get it from my kitchen to your kitchen.
A wife who you got through the office will be very insecure about you working in another place.
Always hunt up, don't hunt down.
You mean what? Go after your superior?
How dare you suggest that when a woman is a person who's been aggressed against?
Let the couple be. Let them sort out their issues. When they need you, then you'll come in.
Prostitution is being given a new brand.
All I know is that I connect people.
Let's not choose to open our zips and do whatever our urge is, because I don't think that an urge is stronger than your will to say no.
People attach a lot of questions, shame to HIV.
I do not believe that when you wear a short dress, you should be a rap.
Marrying your wife is like having assured sex.
Anytime you come, you must have.
Yes. To raise a population that has no clue how to be men.
Can you bring out a quality family?
I don't get married for my family.
Men, every Wednesday only on NTV.
Kampala has been voted in the past as one of the favorite cities for tourists, one of the most peaceful cities. That is something that is changing.
Kale Kaihura, the Inspector General of Police, and President Yoweri Museveni, their alliance, they can only crack down or stop individual strikes and individual demonstrations. But I don't think they can stop the growth of militancy.
No holds barred.
Besigye and Lukwago have particular grievances against. What should the police do? Of course, the police has to intervene, A, to protect the power of President Yoweri Museveni and the NRM from disruption by Besigye and Lukwago, but B, also, never forget this, to protect those ordinary people whose...
But many think that they've actually been frustrated.
Opposition parties in Africa do not tend to be constructed around policy differences. FDC lacks a glue to hold its coalition of different power-hungry individuals together.
Incisive.
You see, the NRM is more divided internally than the FDC. The advantage with the NRM is it has political power.
Analytical.
I think that one of the best organized political parties in Uganda is the PPP, the People's Progressive Party with Ansari. This idea that everybody is telling around the world that Africans are poor and they cannot contribute to their own political and social emancipation is crap. In fact, I think that the opposition parties in Uganda have to win an election in an unfair and unleveled ground.
News Night with Andrew Mwenda.
Mikwano gyaffe bana NTV ate naddala mu bannaamu muli gw'emizannyo gw'ebyemizannyo gukomyewo 2014 ate mutya mwenda ne gugoberera ntusanyuka kati gulongereddeko wano malya g'ebyemisana awo osooke gubatayize gubaleetire buli kintu kyonna kalonda erinawo byemizannyo omuli gw'ebyemizannyo mupya 2014 Isima waali alagira Argentina yenjo mukubira eddiba lye omukwano gujja kukoma wano ku muli gw'emizannyo naye kasita kinaatuuka eri bano ba Messi okulumba abalenzi baffe ba Thiago Silva awo tewali mukwano omuli gw'ebyemizannyo 2014 President.
Ekifo ekimu kissa wamusu n'ekyalo ekiweddeko abamanye bakiraza mumwa. Tugenda kutuuka gy'oli oyogere naffe ebikwata ku kyalo kyo, embeera mw'okolera, ebyobufuzi, ebyobulamu n'ensonga endala nnyingi. Ebyogerwa tebiyita. Tuusa eddoboozi lyo, yogera naffe buli lwakuna otereevu ku NTV akawungeezi.
My name is Cox, aka Mr. Showbiz.
Today, listen, when I'm in Uganda, I only listen to DJ Baby Love.
When you're dancing on the light, girl walk out, your body down no fly, your fingernail them no fear fly.
You have a problem with it?
No, I ain't got no problem.
You don't use my mic, man. This is exposed mic.
I go deal with you personally. Except B, it's officially back. Yeah, I'm in this heaty with cats. It's what we do, baby. Put UG on the map. Now come my walk. Now come my walk. Now come my walk. Now come my walk. Hey.
Tadi Muganda yagala munne kututumuka abanyankole mweyagalidde mu Kampala abajja okulonda mwafuna mu bibanja
I'm that dude, now they come and love it.
You're going to start paying for watching Exposed.
I wasn't born last night.
NTV, turning on your world.
from the hills of Chikese. I see the walls of Chibu. I hear the roar of the lion in me, roaming from the source of River Nile down to the falls of Machazan. Oh, let me see Karamoja, hear the sound of home Africa. Yes, I cross the Choga and run to the hills of Masaba. I dance with the Acholi, hear the sound of home. Yeah, yes.
NTV, turning on your world.
yabadde anoonya ne kakati yafunye n'omukuzi.
Sandyagadde bantu balala kukuza mwana wange kubanga nze kitaawe nkyaliwo.
I saw him with my own eyes. He was hitting a man who had a bag over his head very hard.
Good afternoon.
Till you look me right in my face and admit you're in love with that stupid woman.
The stupid one is the guy who's marrying her.
Hesky Gerges, and in the blue gloves, Rustemi Kresnik.
So I think trying to get closer just to work those low kicks and long knees.
A great shot!
Right hand.
Prince of the ring. And there you go. Like
.933 KFM is looking for 11 most memorable family Easter experiences. We're giving you a chance to win an extraordinary Easter experience treat for you and your family this Easter at one of Uganda's most exclusive and fabulous hotels. Win a fully paid 4 days and 3 nights treat at the fabulous Simba Lodge, Rainforest Lodge, Kololo Courts Hotel, Nile Village Hotel and Nawab Restaurant, or a movie at Century Cinemax. Listen to 933 KFM all day long or get a copy of Life magazine every Sunday in the Sunday Monitor for details.
Sights and Sounds is brought to you.
We went to the movies. I forgot my wallet, but my brother sent me money.
I pretended not to notice.
Every day was a celebration.
Sights and Sounds is brought to you.
We went to the movies. I forgot my wallet, but my brother sent me money.
I pretended not to notice.
Every day was a celebration.
Tonight on NTV.
Who is only out there to satisfy himself. And don't you forget, we treated you like family. So leave me alone.
That was the old me. And if I had a chance to go back and undo all the mess I did, I could, but I can't.
So sorry. I'm very clumsy.
It's good you came back. I really need to talk to you.
Tonight on NTV.
Street Live in association with Rehab WhatsApp. Feel it within.
Natandika business yange n'emitwalo 10 naye kakati wuno ninyerinye kati ndi mitwalo nga 2 sawo y'amatoko tugisibula emitwalo 10 olusi ne tujjamu nga 12 13 14 awo kwegamba bizinensi egenda essaawa endala n'esala naye era n'enguma era nenyongeramu ezange essaawa endala ate n'eninnya nga neeyongeddemu ebirungi byenfunye mu bizinensi eno kwegamba nze nali sisuubira nti nsobola okwepangisiza enju n'embeerawo zekka nga sirina muntu anyambyeko kugipangisa naye ngenza okulaba nga nsobola ogipangisa n'embeerawo era n'ensomesa n'abaana abubaka bwempa bakyala bannange abo bataggala kola tewakyali mukazi kwetuulako bakyala bannange obwo obuzibu bwennyini bw'okulindirira akaveera.
Street Live in association with Rehab WhatsApp. Feel it within.
And the change of government won't stop a thing. I've run out of fingers counting the number of multinationals setting up here. What about the 3 companies that announced their plans to launch last week? I say they're shortly. Me, I'd be looking to sell. At what price? More. Much, much more. I don't know who you are or how you know these things, but one thing I'm sure of, you're in the wrong job. Here, call me tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'd like to hear more from you.
Are you ready for your big break? The East African, understanding the region.
NTV, turning on your world.
You're welcome. This is NTV and this is NTV at 1. My name is Malcolm Sime. Let's have a look at the headlines before we begin. The Church of Uganda Archbishop calls on the citizenry to subdue their instincts of greed and share resources to overcome aid cuts. And at least 4 people have died and 3 others injured in a night accident in Kampala's Nansana neighborhood. Also coming up in the news, US President urges his Russian counterpart to use his influence to make separatists in eastern Ukraine stand down. Welcome. We start on a sad note. At least 3 people have died and 4 others seriously injured in an accident that occurred last night in the Nasana suburb here in Kampala. The fatal accident involved a truck and saloon car. The dead include a woman and her baby.
The accident happened last night along Hoima Road in the Nasana suburb after a truck had a head-on collision with 2 saloon cars. 3 people died on the spot.
Including a Fuso and a Primo. There were some people, the riders who were on the motorcycle. One died called Quizera, plus a lady. We are yet to establish the names.
Eyewitnesses say the truck driver lost control and knocked 2 cars and a boda rider.
Kakati nayagala okutatta bantu nayagala akoleki nayagala agiwetere wano kubanga senga abagireeta wali abantu bonna babadde bagenda kukolaki kufa
kati nga maze omulemerera nga tasobola gikonyesa eri kati oli abadde shapu nnyo abadde averi ku starbex n'akyuka kati bamaze okukyuka olunayingira bulingizi nga talina kyakukola gasoza wano motoka nowa booda kati.
The truck driver is reported to have run away immediately after the accident. Police have begun carrying out investigations.
Very sad news indeed. Now, this Holy Week gearing up towards Easter that falls on this weekend, the Archbishop of Uganda, His Grace Stanley Ntagali, has urged the nation to stay away from greed. He has also spoken out on the controversial anti-homosexuality law.
The United States government and several European countries have decided to cut aid to Uganda because of our support for the anti-homosexuality law. I urge every Ugandan who supported the bill to lay down greed, to lay down corruption, put them to death, and let generosity rise up within you and flow out in abundance. If employees stopped embezzling money and ghost teachers stopped being paid, and the practice of giving and receiving bribes stopped, I imagine that we could not only replace the aid that has been cut by these countries, but even raise above it and go beyond it.
And the board of the British American Tobacco, BAT, say that the tobacco bill that is currently being scrutinized in the Committee of Health in Parliament does not cater for the rights of the farmers and small-scale traders. They have described the bill as draconian. The board was appearing before the Health Committee of Parliament, which is meeting with stakeholders in regard to the bill before it comes up with a report.
I believe with that, Honourable, if you have legislation that is extremely draconian, that is extremely general, and is based on suppositions rather than what has been tried and practiced in other countries, it turns out to be bad legislation. As I pointed out, we have had legislation on public place smoking since 2004, some of which is fairly well crafted, but we have not had enforcement of it. If you look at Uganda today, we have several laws that are on the books which are possibly for good intentions, but not being enforced either because they are too complex, too draconian, or basically just there are no funds to enforce them. So we're looking at what are the actual things that can be done to enforce tobacco control. One of the areas, for example, is the punishments prescribed in this bill are totally draconian and disproportionate. For example, the penalty for somebody caught smoking in a place where he's not allowed to smoke could be 2 years imprisonment. Now, if you're going to imprison someone for smoking in a place, I shudder to think of what else can be done. Will we end up shooting smokers as well? Public place smoking, our view is that it should be restricted. And it should be restricted to allow smokers their right to smoke, but without infringing on the rights of non-smokers. We believe that to be the case.
Because health is not in isolation. Health does not exist in isolation. And tobacco is a health hazard, yes, but it's also an economic crop. Yeah. So we need to balance the economy with health to make sure that we get the best out of the two worlds.
So it'd be interesting for me to listen to my colleagues from those areas to see what is the economic impact of growing tobacco over all those many areas.
Tobacco control be one of the top forex earners for some African countries that grow tobacco. Now, the Daily Monitor and KFM have this morning unveiled 10 winners of their Eastern promotion, 4 days, 3 nights. The one-month promotion called for participants to share their Easter experiences with Life magazine, which runs in the Sunday Monitor.
You can hear people are screaming. I will say that our highest number of entrants were on Facebook, which again resonates with our social media audiences. I will also want to comment particularly on the guys that went through Facebook, that you're not following English properly.
We've been running an Easter promotion, 4 days, 3 nights, where we called in families to send in their most memorable family experiences during Easter time. And these experiences are meant to show us the value of the values of the families in the...
A very big family at Great Lakes Safaris and Uganda Lodges, so we do appreciate so much.
I am so excited to be there.
You look.
It's such a beautiful place.
Yeah. Congratulations, then, ciao.
A coalition of civil society organizations have expressed concern over the dwindling budgetary allocations to key sectors like education and health. The coalition has come with a raft of proposals that it wants the government to adopt to efficiently run the economy in the wake of aid cuts from donor countries. We have more.
Because private people, ordinary people who are not part of government can get an opportunity to discuss and to understand the budget so that we have maximum economic growth and maximum employment of everybody, so that everybody is contributing to the well-being of our country.
We're asking government, stop creating, duplicating bodies that are likely to waste resources. We love the idea that government has stopped completely in terms of bringing new districts, for example. And this is a very good measure because districts definitely are not adding a very big value in terms of service delivery in some of these particular areas. So donors cutting aid definitely means that we need to tighten our grip, cross the loopholes, spend smartly.
The Ministry of Internal Affairs spokesperson Pamela Nkunda says while there have been a number of issues arising at the start of the implementation stage of the National ID project, the ministry is working around the clock to clear the anomalies. She is responding to various claims, among them that some citizenry were chased away from the registration centers and that those with numerous wives were not allowed to register.
While there is an enrollment form for ordinary citizens, there is an extra spouse form for people with extra spouses, and it has places for up to 5 spouses. This exercise is free of any politics. We've said it before, it is non-sectarian, non-discriminative, non-tribalistic. So whoever is chasing away anybody from the enrollment center is committing a crime. Because we are saying 16 years and above, are you Ugandan? Simply come and register.
This is NTV at 1. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back with more stories for you.
Sunlight adds fabric conditioners to washing powder to give you Sunlight 2-in-1 for sensational cleaning and fragrance that lasts and lasts and lasts. Sunlight 2-in-1, sensational cleaning and
shell gas. Clean, safe, user-friendly with distinct features that assist a customer smell any leaks. Gas and cylinders now available at all points of sale at an affordable price.
Power theft can not only cause destruction of properties and power outages, but can also lead to death. Speak up and report power theft. It's a crime and affects everyone. Let's unite against power theft and save lives.
Running out of airtime can happen to anyone. The next time you recharge, simply dial *161# to get going again.
On the next episode of Destiny River.
You mind explaining to me what this means?
The last time we had met, you made it clear I had to choose between you and my father.
Solano, she and the hawker, look.
Hey, Aspasia, God will punish you. Solano, calm down. Just please tell me.
You cannot do anything to help.
No.
Destiny River.
At Orange, we know that running out of airtime can happen to anyone. That's why we bring you Wetase. Simply dial *161# to get going again. Convenience changes with Orange. Today changes with Orange.
This is NTV at 1. Now, statistics from reproductive health researchers at Makerere University show that more than half of all pregnancies in Uganda are unintended. And the researchers say that the situation results in abortions which were reported to be on the rise in the 2013 annual crime and road safety report released by the police. In our first episode of Abortion, a woman's right or murder, Solomon Seranja analyzes the controversial subject of abortion.
Sylvia Najuko is a resident of Kampala's Namaswa suburb who had a fling with a man she barely knew that resulted in a pregnancy. The mother of 3 was thrown into a frenzied panic for 2 months as she contemplated her next move. She opted for an abortion at a clinic on the city outskirts of Katwe, where she paid 80,000 shillings to terminate the pregnancy. All seemed well until 3 weeks later when she developed pain in her abdomen. Najuko returned to the clinic after her pain got worse, only to be referred to Mulago Hospital. The medical team that examined her at the National Referral Hospital recommended a surgery to stop the infection in her genitalia from spreading.
She came when the uterus was imperforated with the pus, a lot of pus. So we investigated her, they did the scan, they found she had a lot of pus. She was taken to theater the first time. She again developed the pus, the infection was too much. Again she was reopened. Now she's under that management, but the uterus was repaired.
Najuko's ordeal is just one of the 10 cases that the authorities at Mulago Hospital register every day at the gynecology ward for post-abortion care.
We go to unqualified people to use any method to get out this pregnancy. And of course, people have used the tablets, for example, aspirin, take overdose, have used the overdose of majani, take strong tea. They buy some capsules and take them. Some of them buy contraceptive pills and use them. And some of them actually put sticks inside their wombs And some of these were found during the operation.
Dr. Sebaduka adds that most women who turn up for post-abortion care come when it's too late.
We did about 18 operations because of complications, due to complications of induced abortion. And all of these 18 had the perforated uterus or holes on the womb, and 5 of them actually died.
These cases were part of those recorded in the 2013 police crime report, which indicated that 2,061 abortions were carried out in the backstreet clinics around the country. Other shocking statistics indicate that 800 abortions are carried out every day in Uganda, while 1,500 women die annually due to abortion-related complications. These startling figures come from the research carried out by the Guttmacher Institute in New York and Makerere University School of Public Health. Statistics from the Ministry of Health also shows that unsafe abortions account for 26% of maternal deaths. Although Article 22 of the Ugandan Constitution outlaws abortion, the cases continue to rise, going by the figures of the researchers.
If, for example, if somebody was raped, we still find difficult for you to prove a rape and then maybe provide the service. So it means that if the medical people cannot provide what the lady wants, she's going to resort to the other side of unsafe means and then get up with complications.
Dr. Sebaduka also adds that the cost of the post-abortion care has a strain on the healthcare system of Uganda.
If somebody is to come to Mulago, for example, with a septic-induced abortion, then the resources will increase. First of all, these people need fluids, they need antibiotics, they need painkillers, they need blood, and they need more time for their care. Leave alone, if they are taken to theater, then they need more resources.
In the second episode of Abortions, A Woman's Right or Murder, we discuss access to contraceptives, family planning, and whether the law on abortion needs to be tightened or relaxed. Solomon Serwanja, NTV.
Thank you, Solomon Serwanja, for that report on the increasing botched abortion cases in Africa as other countries actually call for legalization of the practice. Let's have a look at what's happening on the international scene. The U.S. has urged Russia to demand separatists withdraw from East as Kiev fails to launch military operation to remove them. And the robotic submarine deployed to search for the missing Malaysian Airlines plane in the southern Indian Ocean has had its first mission cut short.
Pro-Russian separatists ignored an ultimatum to leave occupied government buildings in eastern Ukraine and instead seized more buildings as Kiev failed to follow through on a threatened military crackdown. The armed separatists on Tuesday remained in control of government offices in at least 9 eastern towns of Ukraine and stormed a police station in Horivka, despite warnings from Kiev of a military response if they did not withdraw before 6 a.m. on Monday. In a telephone conversation late on Monday, the US President Barack Obama urged his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin to press pro-Moscow groups to lay down their weapons and leave the seized buildings. The president emphasized that all irregular forces in the country need to lay down their arms, and he urged Putin to use his influence with these armed pro-Russian groups to convince them to depart the buildings they have seized, the White House said in a statement. The Kremlin, however, denied any involvement or influence of the groups and said Putin underlined that protests in Donetsk, Lugansk, Kharkiv, Slavansk and other cities in the southeast of Ukraine were the result of lack of will and inability of the leadership in Kiev to take account of interests of the Russian and Russian-speaking population. In other news, a robotic submarine deployed to search for the missing Malaysian Airlines plane in the southern Indian Ocean has had its first mission cut short, according to reports. The Bluefin 21 was sent to search the seafloor for wreckage after signals believed to be consistent with the black box flight recorders were detected. But the drone exceeded its operating limit of 4,500 meters and was brought back to the surface. It was due to deploy later on today if weather conditions permitted. Flight MH370 went missing on 8th March with 239 people on board. It was flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing when it lost contact with air traffic controllers over the South China Sea.
That's it on our international scene. And coming up, an all-round analysis from the sports world. Ismail Daka, Bachigongo, Aaron Darren, and David Romansi are all set to bring you all the needful. And that's NTV at 1. Enjoy your lunch.